Welcome and welcome back. If you don't know me, my name is Kyra Siva. I am a spiritual mentor and healer, and today we are diving into your path forward, discovering your life's purpose. I know life purpose is a huge deal for all of us, to feel like you have meaning in life and to experience, like, why do I even exist? You definitely want to have those kind of experiences, and today we are here for that. So we are going to be talking to your spirit guides, tapping into these piles and finding out just your path forward in discovering this. I know a lot of times life purpose can feel so elusive. So all right, before we dive into the piles, I just want to remind you that I do offer personal readings. The link is in the description. I will never reach out to you, but you are always you're always welcome to reach out to me if I could speak today. And I'm very close to starting to upload my Patreon. This is just a super soft launch. I'm building a spiritual community of all of you wonderful, like-minded people out there that just want community and to explore spirituality and really hone your intuition, understand divination better, understand just how everything works. Where do you go when you die? And really to understand the process of transformation that happens when you go through spiritual awakening. So that will be open before the end of the month. And yes, I'm very excited about that. All right, my beautifuls, go ahead and take a deep breath in. This is pile number 1, number 2, pile number 3, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3, and we'll see you in pile number one. All right. Let's first just dive in and appreciate the beautiful colors that you have. So your pile has a ton of reds. It's got all of these reds. There's very earthy tones. I just love, I love that these pictures look so similar, but also that we see these reds up here and they're carried through almost every single card. And if they aren't, there's the browns that are really coming through, the tans and the browns. The only sort of outlier over here color-wise is this beautiful purple, which is cool because it makes that message stand out. So you have just a very nice continuity to the colors, and maybe red and oranges and earth tones and browns and neutrals are really impactful for you, or just nice things to fill up your environment with. Excuse me. All right, pile number 1, let's dive into your path forward, discovering your life's purpose. You have gone through a cycle that was really tough, and you have reached the end of that cycle. And in this pivotal moment right now, in terms of finding your life purpose, your spirit guides really want you to know and understand that the things you have been through are coming to completion. Like, you're not going to have to continuously have the same problems you had before, and the same sort of stuckness that a person can get into when they're looking for the meaning and the deeper purpose of their life. Your spirit guides wanted to also let you know that your life purpose does have to deal with metamorphosis, with transformation, with helping people, the planet. We have a lot of nods to animals down here. When I first put over these cards, the feeling was very much like this is a pile that would do really well being focused on the earth, like restoring habitats, taking care of animals, caring about endangered species, advocating, lobbying for them, going out into the, these are my biologists, the geologists, the people who are in touch with nature. And there's so many different ways that you can do that. So don't let, a couple of my words limit you to that, because there's a ton of ways for you to go out and experience nature. They also gave me this deep sense that you are a person that has a lot of respect for indigenous cultures and for just indigenous people, and keeping those cultures alive, keeping them protected, getting their rights back, really advocating for that. And you may be a part of that culture already, or you may be someone that wants to lend a helping hand in those spaces. Because everything I've just talked about is very much centered around honoring, respecting, nurturing, caring for, protecting, restoring, advocating for Mother Earth and the people who lived in alignment with her, really. So we have this beautiful possibility down here of feeling very connected with nature, with animals, with plants, with the people of the earth, and really leaning into that space. Now up here, we also have that you are in this part of your journey where things may not be super clear on how or like what exactly it is that you want to pursue, but I can definitely tell that this is a pile that has a huge heart and that has this deep sense of connection to the earth. And it just, you just keep saying people, planet, people, planet, people, planet. It's like you're just an earth warrior, and this time that you need to have in reflection is important for you to understand your values. Your path forward in your life purpose is to look at those values, to really sit down, write them out, think about them, look at the times that you've had that are high contrast to those, that are the opposite of those, that have really brought out and shown you, this is the way I'm experiencing the purpose of my life. And in this process, your spirit guides also want to encourage you that in discovering your life purpose, you really need to connect with your inner child. You really need to connect with the innocence of who you are and the innocence of being with the inner child. There is such a tremendous metamorphism that happens when we're able to reclaim that space within ourselves, reclaim that innocence within ourselves. It helps you help other people connect to that. It helps you bring out that playful, fun, cheerful side that like just makes everything so much fun and can turn some really troubling situations into something that's way more lighthearted and a lot easier. You're the kind of person who brings in the warmth, the joy, the laughter, the funniness. You bring all of that to the table. And that is actually a part of your life purpose. And it also helps you understand when you are in the energy of expressing your life purpose. One of the most fascinating things to me about being on a big search of what is my life purpose, what is the meaning of life, is that I've had so many times where I'm like, well, the purpose of my life is just to be unconditional love, and the purpose of my life is just that, and I could do a million different jobs and still be unconditional love. I could work or not work. Like nothing in my exterior world really needs to change or be any different for me to be unconditional love. And then I've had times where I have just been doing things and I got to experience like, this is the meaning of life. Like I feel it right now. And it really made me realize that when people are searching for that, they're searching for a feeling. They're searching for an experience of saying, this is the moment that there is just this natural meaning to my life. And I think that that is an incredible thing to understand and experience about life purpose. A lot of times when we go out seeking life purpose, we're like, how do I contribute to the world and also get my material needs met? Because I would prefer to do XYZ as my job, or other people just have jobs and then their whole meaning and purpose of their life is actually a lot of different things that they do that isn't work related. And I think it's good to bring up those points just to help you expand as you are looking to define what your life purpose is to understand that it actually can look like a ton of different things. And you don't need all the money and you don't need all the things in order to be experiencing your life purpose at any given time. Now, here in the Lover's card, we see that you have this really incredible ability of finding deep connection with others. And also, I would say you find very deep connection with the earth, with the people, with the plants, with the animals. Animals are just such a huge part of this reading. We have the bat spirit. We have all of the animals here. You even have, this Capricorn goat, fish, I don't know, the Capricorn animal. But there's a horse. You have a lot of animal focused centric in your reading, so that may be a very good clue as to what is the next path to head down. But there's also this nod really to your ability to have deep connection. They're just telling me animal psychic. That's hilarious. If you're an animal psychic, have at it. And it's funny to me because when I think of deep connection, that they would bring up animal psychic. So that could be you. For somebody out there, your life purpose is to connect deeply to animals, to be able to communicate with them, and then help build those bridges between you and owners, or you and, real estate developers, or you and animal control. It's a tension point a lot, especially if you can work with wild animals or things like spiders and insects. I know a lot of animal communicators focus on pets, horses, farm animals, dogs, cats, that kind of thing. But there is genuinely a need to have the bridges between the animal kingdom and the human kingdom. And what I see in the vision of the future is that we will have more and more of these bridges and more points where the rest of life on Earth gets to have more equal footing to us. So humans aren't just these dominating factors on the planet, taking whatever they want, whenever they want, and making things the way they want because money. It's really about us learning how to collaborate and work as an intrinsic team with the rest of the planet. And animal communicators honestly would be a big part of that. Herbalists, biologists. I have no idea, but there's really a lot of animal energy coming through. Okay, over here. As you discover and as you are walking on your path forward, your spirit guides want you to know that you do need to be bold and make the first move. That means putting yourself out there. That means talking to people, if you see opportunities, take the opportunity. If you see opportunities for connections with people, take those opportunities. Make friends, go places, ask questions. I was in a coffee shop a couple of weeks ago, and I'm not always the most gregarious person. But I was in there, I was just like, hey, do you guys ever need tarot card readers? It seems like my vibe, and I would think I would do really well doing readings here for you guys or for any of your events. And they were like, yes. So it's just that action of putting yourself out there and taking that step forward. And it could look like, honestly, that bold move is signing up for classes or getting onto that course or asking for a mentor, or really just those next steps forward. You are the creator of your life, and so Spirit is allowing you to walk on your journey. Now, over in your Goddess card, I did actually ask for this one in a different way than I normally do, and that is, how will you know? What is the energy, or what is going to happen so that you know that you can have some indicator of this sign means that I am on the path of my life purpose? And you've gotten Khadija, the mother of believers. I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. So when you feel like you are a good balance between heaven and earth, between spirit and finances, spirit and the earth, that is a really important indicator that you are on your life purpose. This is also a huge nod that when you are going towards your life purpose, you're going to be making money from it. You're going to be making a lot of money from it. And they're highlighting this ability to speak. They're highlighting the radiance from the heart, and just look at her attitude. So when you feel really confident, when you feel fully settled and relaxed into your body, that is the indicator that you are on your life purpose. You are going to see materially and spiritually this balance. They really want to highlight this financial aspect, which is fascinating to me that that's what they're showing, but they really want you to understand that, back to the bridges thing, you're that bridge. So this could actually look like you managing funding, you going to accounting classes, learning how to run nonprofits, learning how to do fundraising for endangered animals, learning, like finding the balance where, you know, say you have a real estate developer and you know that there are endangered animals on this land. You're that essential piece that says, okay, I talked to these animals and I know how to do numbers. We can find a middle ground of how do we shape what the real estate developers are doing so that we can preserve what the animals need. It feels like such a tall order. You must be pretty freaking cool to be able to do that. But there is definitely this balance between feeling financially abundant and also feeling spiritually abundant. It is an important balance between that. So I guess your life purpose is towards animals and finances and really just anything with the planet. There's so much grounding with that. And even when he's talking about financially, you know, finances are just an expression of values. So it is your opportunity to be expressing your personal values out into the world, and social investing is a good example of that. How you buy things and who you buy from is another really good example of that. So there's a lot of different layers to how your life purpose is showing up, but all of those things ultimately are again tying back to taking care of the people, taking care of the planet, just being really actually responsible as a human being and considering the implications for future generations. Okay, pile number 1. This was so long. I am very excited for you to discover your life purpose. If you like this reading, please click the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, pile number 1, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. Pile number 2. All right, pile number 2, let's dive into your path forward, discovering your life's purpose. So pile number 2, based on what your spirit guides are telling me and just how your cards look, you have been in such a difficult place in finding your life purpose. It's felt very indecisive, just cloudy. We all go through this when we're looking for our life purpose, which are these times when it just, nothing seems clear. And you're like, I could do this, I could do that, I could go over here, I could go over there. And it just, nothing is hitting that joy yes button in you. And it can feel so frustrating and so overwhelming. It's just like a really tough moment in time in terms of finding your life purpose. And so we're going to dive into a little bit on why that's happening for you and then how to actually move through that, because there is a pathway through to help you discover and continue on and get past this point with your life purpose. So the very first thing over here is there's like really 2 main things that your spirit guides have shown me. One is just this lack of guidance and direction. There's too many paths, too many options, nothing is hitting exactly right. And there's way too much mental thought going into something that should feel really more like it's coming from the soul. We live in a society, I'm in the United States, and this is incredibly prevalent over here, but really I would say anywhere in Western society, where we're just intellectualize things. And so because we haven't really truly been taught how to use our minds in super supportive ways, our minds tend to just take over and run through things a million times over. So your spirit's first message are, you have completely been overthinking it, and you need to take a break from that. You're not going to get where you want to go from trying to intellectualize your life purpose. Even if you were to make out 100 lists with pros and cons of different career paths you go on, different ways the life purpose could show up in your life, your spirit guides are just showing me that it's not getting you anywhere. You're just spinning wheels at this point. And that spinning wheels is causing a lot of really, really big feelings of frustration. And they're just yelling at me all the time. That's what your spirit guides are saying. You know, it's like you're shouting to the universe, like, why? Why don't I know my life purpose? I'm trying to do all the things. I've answered all the questions. Nothing's clear. And so here's your path through, my friend. One is the very first thing that you need to actually focus on in order to move in the direction towards your life purpose is, one, you need to stop overthinking. Up here in the Parrot Spirit card, we have watch your words. Part of the overthinking is getting stuck in the mind traps that happen when it just creates loops, right? You're like mentally thinking about it, and then you get trapped in a loop, and that creates a downward spiral. So that is your first guidance, is stop overthinking, really watch these words, and then your path forward is to really work on your self-worth. There have been some very damaging things that have happened to you in terms of your self-worth, whether you were made small, you were betrayed, your autonomy was stepped on, like just things have happened that have told you that society, the people in you that you love and care about, don't love, care, and value you. And so to get to the path where you can go to your life purpose, you first really need to do this deep, deep healing work and be able to finally come to a place where you're truly receptive. I also really want to point out that these three cards all have orange and red and these yellows, and there is this whole theme of wings here. Why am I pointing that out? So when I work with your spirit guides and my spirit guides, they highlight messages, especially if a cluster of the cards is to convey one specific message, through colors, through these shapes, and they're even all over here. When actually you have the Queen of Heaven and Earth, and she also has wings. So your spirit guides are really putting this nod towards, you want to have wings, you need to stop overthinking, get very disciplined with your thoughts. No more negative talk. You have got to cut out the negative talk. You've got to cut out the negative stories. You have to challenge yourself when those negative stories come up, and really, really learn how to deeply love and value yourself. And that can look like getting better paying jobs, right? Investing in your skills and standing up for yourself and getting a better paid job. Not compromising on little things when you truly are, when it's truly going against what your heart wants, right? So it's this journey of really needing to focus on yourself and focus on really how you value yourself. How do you value your time? How do you value your actions in the world? What do you even see is valuable in the world? Like the picture they're showing me is someone who's just looking in the mirror saying, I'm worthless. Which you're not. So if that's you, know that a lot of people go through that, and you're not worthless. And this is the journey of finding that worth. The other major message that they have given in your cards today is you need guidance. You're doing all this stuff on your own, and it's not working for you. You're driving yourself kind of wild in circles, right? And it's not getting you anywhere. Trying to do everything on your own, trying to do all this stuff on your own isn't getting you anywhere. So find somebody that you trust, find somebody that is knowledgeable in the area that you want to take care of, and get connected with them. Go talk to them. Go through their process. Like you need to speak to somebody. You need one-on-one attention from somebody to help you in your specific situation. And the good news of that is that you have at the center of your whole reading is the Wheel of Fortune. Like you can do this. You have luck on your side. So as you continue to increase your self-worth and really master your mental space, you have this luck. The universe is supporting you, and like they are going to put the right people in front of you. They are going to put the right messages in front of you. You see how there's all of these, it's like all of these angels have come in and they're like, okay, we're going to show you this book and that book to read. And then you can go and talk to this person, and we're going to bring in this. Like your guides are bringing in the people and the support that you need, but you have to be receptive and open and feel like you're good enough to receive that help. Lack of worthiness can feel very sneaky. It can be really quick moments of silently choosing to shut down. That's your job, is to not shut down. Your job is to stay open and receptive. And when if you get invited to do a group program, to do something collaboratively with someone, that is your invitation. Don't say no to that. Your angels have brought you the knowledge that you need to move forward towards your life purpose. Now, how will you know when you are actually on point with your purpose, on your life purpose? You're going to experience the Queen of Heaven and Earth. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. I love that. That's like the deepest worthiness card ever, right? When you will be on your life purpose, on the path to discovering that life purpose, when you see and accept all that you are, and that you can show up in the world as the most authentic version of you, with just like, I don't have anything to hide. I'm out here doing my thing. This is what I do. I know I'm pretty cool. This is great. That's really that energy. You see how she's just like, she's cool. She's calm. She's collected. Like she's got this. She's got wings. She's not worried about what people think about her. She's not concerned about whether or not she's making the right next perfect move, right? She's just like, I am out here chilling and I'm having a good time and I'm being who I am. Unapologetically. So that's how you're going to know when you are on the path to discovering your life purpose or actively in the energy of your life purpose. Okay, pile number 2, that's what we have for you today. If you like this message, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. And I have my link in the description box if you would like a personal reading, and also a link to my Patreon, which I'm just doing an incredibly super soft launch to. I will have it filled out with content before the end of the month, and I'm very excited to start building a spiritual community for all of my like-minded folks out there. And until next time, pile number 2, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. Pile number 3. All right, this is your reading for your path forward, discovering your life's purpose. Pile number 3, thank you so much for joining me today. First, let's go ahead and look at some beautiful colors, because you know I am a color girly. Down here, when I turn these over, I just was laughing at how amazing this is. So we have purple and blue and blue and purple. I love that. And then your guidance messages are, what do you need to release? And it's time to release negativity. Pile number 3, your message is so crystal clear, and your spirit guides have been so crystal clear on what it is that you need. You've been in this time where you've really lacked inspiration, and you just haven't been feeling it. And this can show up as, ho-humming around and asking other people for guidance and just not feeling the best version of yourself. And really, a lot of that is sort of this lostness that happens. But your spirit guides have shown me with your cards what the actual core root issue is. And that is you're holding on to certain negativity. And so you've got one part, you're holding on to certain negativity. And then the second part to that is you need to allow yourself creative expression. Our creative energy, when you open up that door a little bit and a little bit and a little bit, it really helps you tap into your soul, tap into that larger expression of who you are. And pile number 3, you have had your expression dampened down. Like you either live with a Debbie Downer, somebody you have to walk on eggshells around, or it's just, for whatever reason, you haven't had the ability to feel like allowing yourself the ability to express. So your spirit guides were showing me these little musical notes, which I've never seen before in this card. We have these nods to all of this flight, these wings, and also, I mean, how could you just get even more clear than this? What do you need to release? It's time to release negativity. So whatever story you've been holding on to, it's like what they're showing me is that it's not necessarily tied to your life purpose, but the negative story, whether it's probably through a relationship, or the negative story you're holding about yourself or about a previous relationship with somebody, is literally holding you back. So instead of you focusing on expressing yourself and getting that whatever artistic expression, however you like to express yourself out, you are spending your time focused on rehashing this negative experience that you've gone through, which, come on, we're human. We all do that. And right now, your spirit guides are saying, hey, this is holding you back from actually experiencing your life purpose, and it is dampening and really seems a little dramatic, souls. Spirit guides, they're like telling me it's like crushing your soul. Okay, for some of you out there, it may feel very soul crushing to not be able to express yourself, which actually I get. I've been there, and I've been healing from that as well. So it's really important that you let this stuff go. Whatever ish has happened before, let it go and focus your time. Focus on the things that feel good. Expression comes in so many different ways. Expression comes with how you plate up your food. Expression comes with the music that you listen to or that you create. Expression comes from doing some artistic thing like painting or writing. For me, it's filming. Expression comes through running around your house and singing songs. Expression comes through how you choose to dress, and if you are into hair and makeup, how you choose to do those things. Expression comes through making little rock altars out in nature. It's really about when you feel moments, these tiny little moments of inspiration, you're like, well, I would like to stack rocks in a pretty way and make a cute little fairy altar out in the woods. Now you know how my Saturdays go. That's a form of expression, right? It's just you taking the time and honoring that. It is so crucially important to get that energy out. If you're a writer, or if you're somebody who has to produce creatively and you've been hitting that block, you're like, what? Just try expressing yourself in different ways and allowing that energy to flow out of you. Because you have really, 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 really good things coming in terms of discovering your life purpose. You not only have this strengthening of this ability for expression, like you're very talented with this, you also have these expanding psychic skills. You also have this expanding awareness and consciousness, and that can be internal as the internal observer, and that can also be in your ability to see trends, to see, oh God, that's so pretty. They just showed me someone out in like a church where you see like stained glass windows, but they were merging it with nature. It's like you were looking out a stained glass window at a forest. How pretty. Like, they're showing me a lot of digital art right now, which is really pretty. But you have this ability to see something. Say you're like an interior designer, right? Like, you have the ability to walk into a room and just visualize the best way that room can look. So I hope that example makes sense. You have vision, you have clarity, you do have this incredible ability to see something that other people can't see. You know, if you were a photographer, you would see the way that light is reflecting off of people or places or objects, and you would just know the right moment. You're like, I know I need to get this angle to catch this light, and you would take the most beautiful pictures. So that's what they're showing me, that you're very talented with this. Now, when are you going to know? I did your goddess card a little different today. So when are you going to know when you are actually in the energy of your life purpose, or in that discovery energy of your life purpose? And that is, I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. The goddess of discernment. This whole reading is about you letting this negative go, and then knowing when you feel good about doing something, that's what you should be doing with your time. I could definitely see that you would be a pile that says yes to people, aka people pleasers, just because, you know, you feel duty or obligation to do it. But it's actually like I keep saying, killing your soul. It's really rubbing the wrong way. It's dampening that creative expression. So you need to give yourself more time and more space to do creative expression. That's going to be very, very healthy for you. And it's really going to help you unlock and this life purpose, walk further towards really realizing what your life purpose is. Your life purpose also could be in a very artsy field, because I just realized that this whole reading a lot has been about your artistic expression, your ability to have this creative expression. And I know that there's a ton of different ways that can look. But I will say every single pile has been very different. So this gives me the vibe that, like, you should definitely look at creative expression in all of its different forms, for however that works for you, because I know a lot of different kinds of people watch these. So pile number 3, get rid of the old, give lots of space and time for you to express yourself, and then just allow that to guide you, because you're really on the path. There's nothing here that indicates to me that you're not on the path. It's just like you're not paying attention to your path because you're just distracted with something that's bumming you out. Which we've all been there. I've been there. I know everybody. I know tons of people who've been there. So you're not alone, definitely. All right, pile number 3. If you like this reading, please give it a like and a subscribe. And if you are interested in doing more of a personal reading, the link is in the description box. I will never reach out to you, but you're always welcome to reach out to me for a personal reading. And I also have my Patreon page, which I will be uploading content very shortly on, and that will be open by the end of the month. So I'm very excited to start building some community with you over there. Until then, pile number 3. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day.